November 15th, 5 p.m. And we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone will rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Commissioner Richardson.
Here.
Commissioner Unger.
Present.
Commissioner May.
Here.
Commissioner Smith-Willis.
Here.
Mayor Wilkerson.
Present. And we'll begin tonight with citizens' comments, and we do have a few in the audience, and I want to welcome our visitors. And as I call your name, if you'll approach the podium, state your name for the audience, and we give you 5 minutes. We'll give you a 1-minute warning. And first, Penny Peevler, welcome back.
Thank you. Good evening, members of the Commission. My name is Penny Peevler, and I'm the Executive Director of Develop Frankfort, formerly known as Kentucky Capital Development Corporation. I've provided you with a copy of a resolution that was recently passed by our Board of Directors, which is in support of the Frankfort 100 resolution adopted in October 2021 and aligning with best practices adopted by municipalities nationwide for the integration of sustainable, environmentally responsible building features such as energy-efficient systems, green roofs, water conservation strategies, and bird-friendly glazing supports. And we offer this resolution to you in support of the city's broader environmental commitments, but also particularly to draw attention to the proposed new Frankfort Convention and Meeting Center, which we know will serve as a key economic driver for the community. And we encourage you through this resolution to impart upon the selected development design build partner to advocate for environmentally responsible design standards. So that's what we're bringing to you today. And I just wanted to bring you a little update along those lines. We have been working on the deeds and covenants for the new Franklin Anderson Commerce and Technology District, of which you're a part. Thank you for your support of that. And we are also working to update the covenants in this new development, which will also assert environmentally responsible design standards. And so a couple of months ago, the board of our organization also readopted what I would say are the initial more stringent environmental regulations, which were put in place in 2009 when Industrial Park 3 was created. And so we applaud your efforts at environmental sustainability, and we want to offer our full support for that and say that that's how our organization is operating as we put new deeds and covenants in place, because these are good business decisions. They make financial sense for energy conservation, and they certainly support our city's broader efforts. So thank you for having me. It's good to see everybody.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for your support of our organization.
Congratulations on the name change.
Let's say congratulations on the name change. I love it.
We think it's much more descriptive of the mission of our organization in community and economic development, and certainly puts forth the larger mission to diversify our economic development efforts to create a more sustainable tax base for the residents of Frankfort and Franklin County. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, Rich Rosen.
Good afternoon. I am Rich Rosen. I live in downtown Frankfort. And I guess more than anything, I consider myself to be an environmentalist and a conservationist. And therefore, but I'm also on the board of KCDC, and really support this resolution that Penny has just described to you. What I want to see happen is I want you guys to really push the city planning and the county planning, we're going to talk to the fiscal court as well, to draft some rules and regulations to make Franklin County a more environmentally friendly place with a really good reputation. They can look to things like LEED certification and the U.S. Green Building Council for guidance. They could look to other cities in Kentucky and in the nation for guidance. And we can follow some of those good examples. And maybe more importantly, we can become the example of what's good for Kentucky. Some of the things that would be included, might be included, would be building designs that will support the weight of future installation of rooftop solar, permeable parking lot surfaces and sidewalks to reduce groundwater runoff, landscaping with trees and shrubs native to our part of Kentucky, water retention ponds to, again, trap runoff. And then a couple things that I want to really focus on right now is things which I consider to be bird-friendly, and that would be dark sky lighting, which when birds are migrating at night, which they do, and bats too for that matter, there are so many collisions with buildings that have left their lights on, and there's really no reason for it. It's energy saving to turn your lights off at night, at least put motion-activated lighting in the buildings, so they'll shut off automatically at night. The other thing I want to talk about is installation of bird-safe window glass in the new construction, especially in this pending new convention center and meeting space. Glass kills about 1 billion birds per year, 1 billion birds per year in the United States, including large numbers of migratory songbirds. In 2023, McCormick Place in Chicago had 1,000 bird deaths in a single night during the fall migration. What they've done there in Chicago with McCormick Place is they have gone in and retrofitted with bird-safe glass, and they have adopted better lighting practices, and this has reduced bird deaths by 95%, so it can be done. One of the concerns that I've heard when I've broached this subject in the past is it's going to be cost prohibitive. No developers will want to put in bird-proof glass. But I contacted the American Bird Conservancy, who does all the testing on bird-safe glass, and they provided some examples, which I have here. You're welcome to look at this. If you want me to send you copies, I'd be happy to. Okay, Katima, I'll do that. If you look at new construction, putting in bird-safe glass adds less than 0.5% to the cost of the building. So if you're out and you're going to buy a new dress, or you're going to buy a new sport coat for $100, Lane, I know you spend more than that on your sport coats, $100, that's going to add 50 cents. That's 50 cents on $100. So no, this glass is not cost prohibitive. And one of the things I think we can accomplish, I also serve on the Forest Advisory Board, or the Tree Board. We are a Tree City USA. We can become, with the help of the Audubon Society, and there's some Audubon Society members here, we can become a Bird City USA, okay? I think, from an economic development standpoint, to have an image of a progressive green city is good for our economy and good for the citizens, and I know that's what we are all concerned about. There should be no opposition to a resolution like this. I think everybody, left, right, and center, up and down, will agree that this is the right thing to do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rosen. And next, Betty Barr.
Hi, I'm Betty Barr. I grew up here. I was away for 40 years in Colorado, but I'm back and I live on Shelby Street in the house I grew up in. I care a lot about Frankfort. I'm on the board of the Frankfort Audubon Society. I'm also on the board of the newly formed Dark Sky Kentucky, a chapter of Dark Sky International. So we are advocating for a healthy environment that includes mitigating bird deaths from window collisions, and also the health problems and outcomes that we see from light pollution. And it is something that is not only good for us to address, but as Rich said, the Audubon Society is working to make Frankfort a bird city, and also to mitigate light pollution through our new city lighting ordinances that are actually in the process now, because the cost of energy, the cost of the health consequences of light pollution are very substantial, and we can do a lot for our citizens. When you go out west and you go to national parks out west, all you see, and I mean, these are big billboards, there's signs, the gift shop is full of dark sky advocacy. It is a great big tourism draw, and Frankfort can be unusual. We do have a national park that is a dark sky park, Mammoth Cave. They get a lot of visitors. They just had a huge crowd in this very cold weather Saturday night about the meteor shower. And although it was cloudy and they couldn't see the meteors, they did have a very nicely attended program. And so we're also working with the state parks in making them dark sky places. We worked with Seth Wheat and Carrie Ruff, and our advocate is Dan Price. So it's very important to us that Frankfort be aware that buildings are collisions for birds, and as Rich said, over 1 billion birds a year are killed from window collisions. So it's important to make them bird-friendly. Thank you.
Thank you. And now is the time we're in the code rewrite, so if any of those suggestions, I think now's the time to be bringing it to our attention. No further citizens' comments. We'll move on to consent calendar. Thank you all for being here.
Consent calendar, item number 1, we have the minutes from special meeting November 10th, 2025, work session November 10th, 2025, regular meeting November 24th, 2025. Item number 2, Title VI plan approval from Transit. Staff request approval of the Transit Title VI plan as required by the Civil Rights Act and the Office of Transportation Delivery to be in compliance to receive transit funds and for the mayor to sign all related documents. Item number 3, janitorial services contract, the Transit Center. Staff is seeking approval to award the janitorial services contract for the Frankfort Transit Center to Facilities Performance Group, LLC, and for the mayor to sign all related documents. Item number 4 is Sustainable Strategies 2026 contract. Staff request authorization to renew the annual contract with Sustainable Strategies DC for 2026 and for the mayor to sign all related documents. Total cost of the contract will be $90,000 over 12 months. This amount is budgeted. Item number 5 is 2025 roadway restoration unit price contract extension. Staff is seeking the Board of Commissioners' approval to extend the 2024 unit price contract for roadway restoration for an additional 1 year and to authorize the mayor to sign all related documents. Item number 6 is the park rates for 2026. Staff is seeking Board of Commissioners' approval for the 2026 Parks Department rates for facilities and programs with the increases as discussed at the December work session. Item number 7 is an amendment number 1 to sanitary sewer extension contract with the Capital LLC, Paddocks Development. Staff requests the Board of Commissioners' approval for an amendment number 1 to the sanitary sewer extension contract with the Capital LLC dated October 14th, 2024 for the Paddocks Development and authorize the mayor to sign all related documents. There is no increase to the city's cost on this. Item number 8 is personnel actions. We have an appointment of Lauren Washington, Finance, 12/2/2025, Licensed and Accounting Specialist. We have an appointment of Gabriel Morgan, Sewer, 12/2/2025, Sewer Tech. Appointment of Gage Mitchell, Police, 12/2/2025, Police Officer. Appointment of Justin Hill, Police, 12/2/2025, Police Officer. Appointment of Gavin Fent, E911, 12/2/2025, E911 Telecommunicator. We have a resignation of Ryan Phillips, Police, 12/22/2025, Police Officer. We have a resignation of Andrew Alvarado, Public Works Solid Waste, 12/12/2025, Public Works Tech Solid Waste. We have a resignation of Brandon Lowman, Public Works Streets, 12/10/2025, Heavy Equipment Operator, authorized payout of accrued leave. And we have a retirement of Clara Coates, Public Works Transit, 12/31/2025, Transit Dispatcher, authorized payout of accrued leave.
Motion to approve.
All right, any discussion on this motion to adopt the consent calendar? Clerk, please call for the roll.
Commissioner Richardson?
Yes.
Commissioner Unger?
Yes.
Commissioner May?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith Willis?
Yes.
Mayor Wilkerson?
Yes, and the consent calendar is adopted. And moving on to action items.
We have a second reading, an ordinance fixing the rate of taxation for the year of 2025 on all taxable capital of domestic life insurance companies subject to tax and levying said tax for all city purposes. This ordinance establishes the 2025 City of Frankfort ad valorem tax rate at 8 2/10 cents on each $100 valuation on taxable capital of domestic life insurance companies.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Any discussion on this ordinance? All right, Madam Clerk, call for the vote.
Commissioner Richardson?
Yes.
Commissioner Unger?
Yes.
Commissioner May?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith Willis?
Yes.
Mayor Wilkerson?
Yes, and that motion is adopted. Action item number 2, first reading, seeking a sponsor. May.
An ordinance amending City of Frankfort Code of Ordinances, Sections 37.31 and 37.32, related to officer and employee pay structure, classification, compensation, and salary schedules. This ordinance amends City of Frankfort Code of Ordinances, Section 31.31 and 32, to update the City of Frankfort salary schedule to create 2 new lieutenant positions and reclassify 1 existing lieutenant position.
Any discussion on this first reading? If none, we'll move it on to the next and consider that for next month.
Yes.
Yeah, we're moving on to number 3. First reading, seeking a sponsor.
I'll sponsor.
An ordinance to close an unused portion of public right-of-way being a part of Airport Road, Frankfort, Kentucky. This ordinance establishes a new section of the City of Frankfort Code of Ordinances closing an unused portion of public right-of-way located on Airport Road, Frankfort, Kentucky, in accordance with KRS 82.405.
Can someone explain what this is about?
Sure, and I can try if I need to, if Eric needs to add anything. Basically, the state, who owns all of the area around that with the airport, is building a new concourse terminal. And it's a tiny little portion. They just need that to be able to complete the project.
Perfect. That's all. All right. Any other questions, discussion? Not, we'll move to action item number 4.
Number 4 is a park surplus order. Staff is seeking Board of Commissioners approval for the Parks Department to surplus a Christmas tree, restroom amenities, and John Deere 1070 tractor, and for the mayor to sign any related documents.
Motion to approve. Second.
All right, and any discussion on this?
Did I hear correctly, a Christmas tree?
It's the old
This is-
Christmas tree.
This is someone's chance to purchase City of Frankfort's Christmas tree.
Pretty cool. That's
The
a
old
really
one.
nice.
Often you see that surplus.
How long was that the public Christmas tree?
Oh, wow.
So it's just a piece of history. I don't know how one goes about that, but go to our website if you're interested in purchasing.
Gov deals.
Gov deals.
Yeah.
Christmas tree. Unger would know that.
All right, I should know that. Okay, well, it's an exciting opportunity. Any other discussion? No? All right. I'll ask the city clerk to call for a vote. Or do we have a motion?
Okay. Commissioner Richardson?
Yes.
Commissioner Unger?
Yes.
Commissioner May?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith Willis?
Yes.
Mayor Wilkerson?
Yes, and that motion is adopted. Action item number 5.
Action item number 5, an order of the Board of Commissioners of the City of Frankfort establishing a volunteer time-off policy for employees and repealing, replacing all conflicting policies.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on this order. Any discussion, questions? Commissioner Smith Willis.
Kathy, I hate to put you on the spot. Can you walk me through this one more time, just so I can have a full understanding of this? I remember the meeting last week, but back-to-back meetings, just
Yeah,
want to make
sure.
sure I have
I'm happy to.
clear communication about where this time is going. It's not being rolled over, none of the things like that, so.
So this order would grant full-time employees with 3 or more months of service 8 hours of time in a bank of time that will be modified through UKG Ready, where they can use that in hour increments toward service in Franklin County. It must be in Franklin County, toward a nonprofit, a school effort, basically doing good in the community in some different capacity from their normal work lives. So there's a limit on how much time is used, but the intent is to kind of get people out in the community, providing good work to help our community move forward.
Okay, thank you.
I do want to add, the ordinance, or not ordinance, this order also will fold in a couple of things that we do have on the books. We currently have blood donation time, and that's folded into that. So if people wish to continue to use their time for blood donation, they can continue to do so. And time that is allocated for voting leave, employees can still use that time for voting leave as well. Does that help?
It does. And there's no, I know it says no significant new financial impact is anticipated. I just want to make sure that if we notice that people are not actually using this time, that, like, say, for instance, each full-time employee has that set amount, if they're not utilizing it, is it fair to say that we could scale back on that volunteer time that we're allotting at this current moment, or how does that, like, what does that look like?
If they're not using it, then they will still be present in their regular jobs. So I guess I'm not sure that we would necessarily need to scale back. It's something we could look at. We'll be able to run data on not only how many hours are used, but what nonprofits in the community benefited, because in order to request the time off, that will flow through to a manager, and it has to document what you're doing, how you're being of service. So we'll be able to pull that data and know what organizations have been served and the number of hours served.
Got
So
it.
after that, I guess we can look at that and revisit it.
Yeah, that's
But
just,
I feel like it won't, if it's unused, it'll be there for the year.
Right.
They'll still be working their jobs, and a new allocation will be given the next year.
got it,
So nothing's really, I guess, in my mind, lost.
got it. Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Richardson.
That was my question, if there was a way that we can keep track of this and have some data. Obviously, this is new, and I like it, how you're kind of lumping the donating blood and the voting leave. But just, we have a way of looking at this down the road, like Commissioner said, and just seeing, hey, this is where our volunteer hours are going, and this is what we have in this category and so forth. So if we've got that capability, that was my question.
We do, absolutely, and managers should not be approving any VTO request if they don't specify how this time will be used.
And to clarify, it's within the city of Frankfort, not within Franklin County. I think it's the
Is it?
current
I was
resolution.
thinking it was Franklin County.
No,
It's,
it's up there, it's just city of Frankfort. That's
Okay.
that's where the majority of
that's an
nonprofits
easy,
are, yeah.
yeah,
Which is most, probably.
right. No argument on that point, though.
Commissioner Unger.
Would churches fall under
Yes.
nonprofit? Okay.
Mhm.
Is that any issue?
I think it's something, I think this whole policy is something that I think it makes sense to revisit, maybe give it
Yeah.
a year, and let's just see how it's tracking. And we can see the number of hours that are being used, whether or not there's any, I don't know, way to I don't know, to abuse it. I don't know if there is a way. I think it makes sense for us to revisit it, but I think it's something worth a try for sure.
Yeah, great. In terms of if there's a way to abuse it, I would say requesting the time and then not doing the activity.
Right.
But there would be a way to monitor that because you're asking in advance. And so if people are seen not actually where they're supposed to be, then the order also includes that there's a means for the city to address that through, disciplinary or corrective action.
Commissioner Richardson.
I tend to think the good of people,
I like
that it will
that.
not be abused.
Exactly. I'm just thinking from the people out there, the public. who might- Yeah, I'm sure there are people that probably look at this and wonder, well, why are we paying people to take time off to go volunteer? Shouldn't they do that on their own? But I think it's a way for us to try something if we encourage if this makes the community better, and this is something that the city can do, I think it's worth a shot. Yes, Commissioner
Absolutely, we can
Smith-Willis.
always revisit it. So we'll see what 6 months or a year of data provides.
Commissioner?
I do think it's a really good, like, lead by example initiative. I do think that once people even possibly see, you know, city employees that are working full-time hours go out and volunteer, it'll have other people fall in line and want to volunteer. So I do think it's a great initiative. My only other follow-up question was, if somebody is approaching OT, they cannot utilize this, right? So like, say somebody's reached their allotted hours in a work week. If they're like, oh, hey, I want to go volunteer this weekend, but they're at their, 60 hours, they cannot utilize this, correct?
That's correct. The
Okay.
order actually specifies that it can't be used to drive any overtime.
Got it. Thank you.
Commissioner Richardson?
I might add, this is done in the private sector quite a bit. I know it is. I know my wife's financial institution does this, and I think it's a good thing to have city employees out here, especially when it comes to nonprofits and volunteering and stuff like that. I agree. I agree with the mayor. I mean, I don't want people to think, the citizens to think, but, you know, I worked here when we got 4 hours to go vote. And then especially in today's time with early voting and the way voting, I mean, I don't know if it takes someone 4 hours to vote anymore. So I think this is a good thing to give the voting time, right? But it's also given time to, especially the blood drives are huge. I know that's a big thing. I know a lot of local agencies in town host those, especially in time of need when our blood supply is short. So.
Yeah, so we're conscious of that time, and we're looking at ways to fold it in with how time is being given. Again, as mentioned previously, it doesn't generally take people 4 hours to vote. So our hope is that they may use a smaller portion of time to vote and then use the rest of that time in a meaningful way, engaging in the community. But it still is up to the employees. It'll be their block of time.
Everybody good? And I'll ask the clerk to call for the vote. Thank you. Kathy?
Commissioner Richardson?
Yes.
Commissioner Unger?
Yes.
Commissioner May?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith-Willis?
Yes.
Mayor Wilkerson?
Yes, and that order is adopted.
Action item number 6 is emergency declaration, Broadway and Ann Street repair, Bassam Construction Sewer Department. Staff is requesting the Board of Commissioners to declare an emergency for a construction purchase order with Bassam Construction for emergency repairs needed at the Broadway and Ann Street to alleviate reoccurring basement flooding on Broadway Street and to authorize the mayor to sign all related documents. This is requested a total price shall not exceed $700,000.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second for this emergency declaration. Is there any discussion or questions? Yeah. Commissioner Unger?
I was just gonna ask about how many buildings are affected by flooding. I mean, I know the corner, but I didn't know how far it might.
Right now, we have had, I think, 4 reported basement backups.
Okay.
And as you all know, we've been trying to get a permit from the railroad for almost 2 years on this project. And so finally, we actually got the final signed document this morning. So it was very good, perfect timing for tonight.
So this will remedy the flood, the backups that are happening?
Yes.
Should.
It should.
Should remedy.
Yes.
And then also the McClure, was
Mhm.
that part
That's
of
all
this
part
whole
of it.
system?
What it is it's putting all the storm water into the sewer, and the sewers are a smaller pipe. And so this is getting it all back into the storm water system.
Commissioner Smith-Willis?
I was thinking in real time while you were talking, sorry. You said four properties are impacted from flooding. Is this a continuous issue with these same
It
4
has
properties?
been,
So
yeah.
this,
Well, there's actually been a few newer ones that have had issues here lately.
so this emergency declaration will basically fix this problem that they're continuously having?
It will take all the storm water that's backing up and take it off of the sanitary and put it into the storm only, which, where it's going is a 60-inch pipe instead of our 14-inch pipe. So
Okay,
it should carry everything away, and we should not have those issues anymore.
got it. Thank you.
So I know several businesses that will be very happy with this, I know.
Yes.
Commissioner Richardson?
Is this going to close part of Ann down, you think, or?
Yes. We had received permission a couple months back, but we hadn't had the documents finalized, and we knew with candlelight and Christmas and everything downtown, there was no way that we were going to be able to do this, but we expected 2 to 3 weeks for it to be, from Lewis to Ann Street to be shut down.
Okay. Yeah, you were leading right into my next question. How long, and then when do you think you'll get started on this?
Should be in early January.
Okay.
We're hoping to get moving on this. Most of the parts have already come in. The last couple manholes are being manufactured right now, so we're hoping they're going to be here any day. So the parts should be here fairly quickly, and as soon as that happens, he's ready to go, because he's already in town working on Paddock's project.
So how much of Ann Street will you need to dig up? Any?
And we will not be, it's just from Lewis Alley to Ann on Broadway. Broadway is that's the only one that's going to be dug up at all.
Is this our opportunity to get Ann paved and finally?
No.
Maybe that's in the works, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's in the works. Commissioner Unger?
So will it be one side of the road instead of the other, or is it, okay?
Yes. It's Broadway Clay, it's on that side of the
Okay.
road. It's not on the other side of the railroad tracks.
Okay.
But this pipe goes under the railroad tracks. It has some, what we call anomalies, which is basically some voids that are directly under the railroad tracks. And so that was our biggest concern. And then we just kind of got shut down by the railroad department, and there was nothing we could do. And we finally were able to reach back out and got a hold of somebody with R.J. Corman who could push it through CSX. And then that's the one that really got it pushed to the final end point where we're at now.
Good.
All right. If there's no other questions or discussion, I'll ask the clerk to call for the vote.
Commissioner Richardson?
Yes.
Commissioner Unger?
Yes.
Commissioner May?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith Willis?
Yes.
Mayor Wilkerson?
Yes, and that emergency declaration is adopted.
Action item number 7 is a resolution regarding funding to Bluegrass Area Development District for the Bluegrass Recovery Initiative. This is a $5,000 pledge of opioid settlement funds if they are approved for a state grant to fund this project.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, any discussion on this? If not, I'll ask the clerk to call for the vote.
Commissioner Richardson?
Yes.
Commissioner Unger?
Yes.
Commissioner May?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith Willis?
Yes.
Mayor Wilkerson?
Yes, and that resolution is adopted. That's the end of the action items for tonight. Any unfinished business from last meeting, which was last week? There's nothing left over. Any new business to come before the board? If not, I'll open it up to board comments. Commissioner Smith Willis?
Well, since it's our last commission meeting of the year together, I just wanted to put on the record that I've appreciated spending time with this board this year. I'm looking forward to next year serving with you all, and I just wanted to thank staff for being patient with us. I guess freshmen, I won't speak for Commissioner Richardson, but thank you for just working with me in my first year with you all. So just wanted to say you all are appreciated and look forward to continuing some good stuff next year.
Anyone else? I'll ditto that. It's been a great first year. I can't believe it's already over. Yeah. Assuming we have no other meetings this year. Right? We don't have any planned,
Keep our fingers crossed.
no planned meetings. If no other board comments, entertain a motion to go into executive session.
I move we go into executive session pursuant to KRS 61.8101B, deliberations on the future acquisition of real property to possibly support the sewer department or the fire department operations where publicity would be likely to affect the value. Action may be taken in open session.
Second.
All right, all those in favor of going into executive session, say aye. Aye. All right, we're now in executive session. now back in open session, and no action will be taken by the board.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
We're opposed. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Merry
Year's.
Christmas.
Bye.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, all the
See you
things.
next year.